All right, Shalom. We're the Brothers of Great Millstone, the Church of Birmingham, Alabama. And as always, we want to begin by giving all praise, honor, and glory
to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushua, Ba'ashem, Rakakwadash.
Yeah, that's the correct name of the Heavenly Father, His only begotten Son, and the Holy Spirit in the ancient Hebrew tongue. I also want to give double honors to our teachers, the head apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Much due honors and respect to the sincere brethren out there that's also laboring in His work, continually pushing out this gospel in all truth, faith, and sincerity, as well as you believers, the Akim and the Aqua, which will be your brothers and sisters that subscribe to this truth as well. So, we back again in the spirit and power of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua, continuing in the spirit and theme of prophecy, and pursuant to the prophecies, that would be a fall from grace, if you will, from the nation of Israel. And that will mainly be mentally, because when you go back into chattel slavery, when we came over here as cargo, we had physical chains on, But when you go into the different documents and these devils and their secret councils, and their ploy to, keep us in further derision, they came to the conclusion, or they came up with a formula that it would be more effective, if you will, for them to attack our minds, And those chains right now would be on your mind. You see what I'm saying? And this is the fight. This is a psychological war, thus the title of this city, which pretty much when you go into the true nature of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua, which the Lord have allowed us to take a glimpse into His true nature and character, what you've come to find out is what you was taught and conditioned to believe coming up in these churches was not the true nature of the Lord. Okay, as if the Lord was, just some passive power. And His Son was some white boy, just this far out hippie. He's gonna die for you. The crazy hippie gonna die for you. And anybody, come on, come out. No, man. It's a strategic, methodical, systematical approach with Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua. Okay, you got to remember the Lord is perfect, and everything about the Lord is perfect. So when you come into this truth, what you come to find out is the Lord is not geared towards one emotion, man, and that's love and forgiveness. Okay, the Lord. Matter of fact, let's go to Exodus 15 chapter in the 3rd verse. That's the best scripture to start off with. Okay. Go ahead.
Yeah, it's Exodus chapter 15 and 3.
Mm-hmm.
The Lord, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua, is a man of war.
Yep, the Lord is a man of war, right? Mm-hmm. So everything that's playing out here in the latter days is centered around war.
That's right.
Biological warfare, okay? Where you got these different diseases. The ultimate war, which is going to come in the form of World War III. Oh, you got cyber war.
Yep.
Which you got these different nations, they hacking, and that is a play on these defense systems, which in America, the defense system is shoddy as best, man. And what a lot of you simple Negroes don't understand is that there's this tug of war back and forth. You got these nerds, if you will, in China, and while you sleep, right?
Yeah.
They going back and forth hacking each other, man. All in attempts to guard. It's war, man. Yeah. Right now is the time of war. Matter of fact, let's get Ecclesiastes, the 3rd chapter. Okay? So let him get that out and you give me an approximate. Ecclesiastes 3, well, we got to bring it up. Start at the top, too.
So Ecclesiastes chapter 3, verse 1. So everything there is a season and a time to every purpose under the heaven.
Right, now jump down to the 8th verse.
Ecclesiastes chapter 3 and 8. A time to love and a time to hate. Mm-hmm. A time of war and a time of peace.
Get all of me.
Okay.
Yeah, read it again now.
Ecclesiastes chapter 3, verse 8. A time to love, a time to hate, a time of war, and a time of peace.
Right, so right now we're in a time of war. And that's why the friction, between really Jacob and Esau, those are the two main characters, if you will, in these theatrics. Mm-hmm. The other nations is nothing more than just, they just a co-actor in a movie, They're just a prop, if you will. Yep. The two main characters is Jacob and Esau. Mm-hmm. And you see that tug of war, if you will, that friction. Everything is centered around war, okay? And that's the time we're in, the time of war, all right? So with that, go ahead.
Yeah, this is Ecclesiastes Sirach 33 and 14. It said good is set against evil.
Good is set against evil, which you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans would be considered good. Okay, you the righteous. Although you have some amongst our nations that commit wicked acts, we all do things that are wicked, you know, or we have committed wicked acts and we have done wickedly, but we are not the wicked, we are the righteous. You actually have a certain nation that's the wicked, okay? So that's the two contrasts. You got the righteous versus the wicked. And again, read that again.
It said good is set against evil.
Good is set against evil. See?
That's it.
That's the battle. Go ahead.
And life against death.
And life against death. We represent life. Esau represents death. Case in point. We fruitful. We multiply. When you go into the statistics, right? Esau, they don't produce. In fact, the ratio with birth, life expectancy, if you will, and the death rate is messed up with Esau. There's more Edomites dying than being born, right? So that proves right there, if you're watching things through a spiritual lens, they represent death.
That's it.
See, we represent life. Although Jake, they die, Chicago, the statistics, we get it. But guess what? Our people are fruitful.
That's it.
Versus Esau. When you go back into the time of slavery, right, you have one plantation, one house, you have 50 slaves in a house of Edomites with just the man, the woman, and 2 kids. You know, but Jake was shook without the spirit of the Lord. They didn't even overthrow him because they were shook, you know. But the point is, Jake multiplied. So that's life. See? Go ahead, up.
It says, so is godly against the sinner, and the sinner against the godly.
Go ahead.
So look upon all the works of the Most High.
Now that's him. The scripture said, look upon all the works of the Most High. All the works. Go ahead.
It said, and there are two, one against another.
Everything is bent against each other. You can close your hand and you can open your hand. You can spit and you can swallow. That's a battle, man.
Yep.
You can close your eyes, you can open your eyes. You can sit down, you can stand up. That's a battle.
Yep.
Okay, when the sun set and then the darkness began to overcome, that's a fight. Then all of a sudden the sun begins to rise and the darkness begins to be overtaken. That's a battle. Everything is a battle with Yahweh Shem Yahushua. See? Go ahead up.
Yeah, this is Proverbs 11:1. A false balance is an abomination to the Lord, but a just weight is his delight.
Matter of fact, somebody give me Ecclesiastes 42 and start at 19. You know? Through the spirit of power, Yahweh Shem Yahushua, we're going to get into the meat of this lesson, but, you know, we're going to set the stage. All right? Because again, you and your misperception of the Lord and his true nature, you don't understand that the Lord is actually a man of war. Okay? So go ahead, up.
That comes Sirach 42 and 19. He declared the things that are past and for to come, and he revealed the step of hidden things. No thought escaped him, neither any word is hidden from him.
Go ahead.
He hath garnished the excellent works of his wisdom, and he is from everlasting to everlasting.
Go ahead.
And unto him may nothing be added, neither can he be diminished.
Yeah, you can't add nothing into the works of the Lord or diminish from it. You can't take from it. Why? Go ahead.
It says, and he have no need of any counsel.
Go ahead.
Or how desirable are all his works.
How desirable are all his works, right? So when you say an alligator devour a deer, that's desirable. That's perfect. There's nothing wrong with that. Okay, continue.
It says, in that a man may see even to a spark.
Go ahead. Yeah, we only can see a spark of the works of the Lord. Go ahead.
It says, all these things live and remain forever for all uses, and they are all obedient. All things are double, one against another.
Hold up. Read that again.
This is Sirach 42 and 24. All things are double, one against another.
One against another. So that's the fight, man. Okay? That's why when you read Exodus 15, chapter and 3rd verse, it gives credence to that the Lord is actually a man of war. And if you're really serious minded and you come into this thing, the Lord reveal his marvelous light unto you, you know that. Okay? Oh, when you go into the time of, remember when the time of King David, the women, what would they chant? Saul had slain his 1,000 and King David his 10,000. That's the real spirit you should be in.
Mm-hmm.
You know, versus this passive homosexual spirit that the so-called white man is set up. You know, I got a video that I'm preparing through the spirit where you got this broad, I forget her name. She like this, she set up the nigger woman, right? She got the low haircut, and she be, you know what I'm talking about. She had DMX on her show at one time.
Yeah, I know.
And she like this,
Like a counselor.
yeah, she's a counselor.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. Yeah,
That
yeah,
demon,
yeah.
man.
Ayana.
Ayana, that's that demon.
yeah,
That's that demon right there.
Damn witch.
Yeah, she's a fucking witch, right? And she had these jakes, right? And they was upset with their father. And she had them back to back. They was crying. And,
Man,
you know, then the dad, he was gonna do a DMX. You know, DMX cursed out and finna walk out. So the dad was like, he about to walk. She jumped in front of him. Where you going? You know, but the spirit had it where it showed you that everything is turned upside down. It gives credence to the scripture when it said the foundations of the earth is out of course, man.
That's it.
See, so what's Esau? That's another ploy of Esau. That's another form of psychological warfare. You know, emasculating Jake, man. You fall apart. You cry. Oh, I saw Styles P. You ever saw? You saw that? They got the hip hop, the hip hop council thing.
Yeah, you got CeeLo in there.
Yeah, you got CeeLo in there, right? Styles P. That was the hardest rapper I ever heard. Right? I'm a big fan of Locks and Styles P. Right? Styles P fell apart, man. He busted out and started crying, man. Why? Because Esau, the so-called white man, and that vibration of the devil, it was set up to emasculate you, man. You know, to break you down. That's a part of the psychological warfare that we face with. See what I'm saying? So come on, let's go back to where we was at.
Okay, going back, it says, and he has made nothing imperfect.
Oh, read that part again, the double against each
Yeah,
other.
this on Sirach 42 and 24 again. All things are double, one against another.
Right, so the Lord is a man of war. That's the spirit the Lord is calling the men back into. You know? Go ahead.
And he hath made nothing imperfect.
So that's perfect to the Lord. The fact that war it exists. Okay? And that's why you have a psychological war. See, Jake thought that they made it through when Esau stopped putting that whip on him, that physical whip. When Esau stopped, these devils still hang you and lynch you. I just showed y'all brothers the picture.
Yeah.
You know? Come on now, right? But for the most part, there's laws set up where these devils can't just run rampant. You know, they go on, they just run around shooting their guns in the air and, run up in your city and snatch you out the house and hang you and lynch you. They can't do that no more, right? But now, the war isn't over. The war has transitioned into more of a psychological war, man. See, and that's what this thing is based about. I just did a lesson through the spirit, the ultimate mental game. And that's what this thing is all about. So now it's a psychological war. See, go ahead, I'll read it again and finish it off.
Yeah, verse 25, one thing established the good and of the other.
I'll read it again out from
24. This is Sirach 42 and 24. All things are double, one against another, and he hath made nothing imperfect.
Yep, and he have made nothing imperfect, right? So war is perfect in the eyes of Yahweh Basham Yahushua. And again, there's different facets of war. Just a simple, dumbed down individual, they see the word war and they would associate or align it with guns and bullets, or knives and swords and javelins and spears, right? But there's different aspects of war.
That's right.
Again, chemical, biological warfare, a cyber war, cyber war, and that's what you better go. A cyber war, let's say like, hey, that can affect your livelihood. Motherfucker, tap into your credit card. You go buy something with your credit card. The first thing you do is look at your app.
Yeah.
Cyber war, man.
Yeah.
All right, everything is centered around war, man.
Yeah.
That proves that the scriptures is right, man.
That's right.
That's why the Lord said nothing. Matter of fact, give me that Proverbs 8 and 8 real quick. See, these words in this book, they are to be exalted, man.
That's right.
That's right.
This is right here is the source of reality.
Yep.
This is the script.
That's it.
This narrates life.
That's right.
Give me Proverbs 8, start that 8 out.
Yeah, the Proverbs 8 and 8, it said, all the words of my mouth are in righteousness.
Right, and that's dealing with the scriptures.
Yep.
Go ahead.
there is nothing forward or perverse in them.
See? So when the scripture said the Lord is a man of war, it's playing out right before your eyes, man. Again, you got cyber war, you got biological war. And in this case, as it pertains to this sitting right here, we're gonna deal with psychological warfare, man. And Jake is not equipped for that. Jake is dumbed down. You run into a Jake, he can be 6'4", 245 pounds, abs. He ready, and the nigga sitting in the car, psycho battling, quoting some rap shit, man. He's been defeated, man.
That's right.
He ain't on the level to deal with Esau, man. He ain't on the level, man. That's why you got to constantly think how about Shemaiah shot. You can't gloss over the fact you got this knowledge, man. You know, some dudes take it for granted and they think they can, you know, play games and it's true, man. That's why Yahweh Shah said, hold fast to what you got, man. And be thankful that you got the insight, man, to play this game with Esau. Because Esau on another level, man. Esau playing chess, man. But see, the Lord had mercy by bringing us into that arena. Matter of fact, you got something out?
Yeah, I got something.
Go ahead and get what you got, and then we're going to get around to these precepts. Go ahead.
This is the Wikipedia word for incantation. For those who don't know, an incantation, a spell, a charm.
A spell, a charm, go ahead, which is, if I may, is the source, the driving force behind that spell is the media, really, when you go into it. That's how Esau got you. The media, man.
That's right.
Which, when you go into the word media, goes back to medium, which goes back to witchcraft.
Okay.
See what I'm saying? So a spell has been cast on you, docile, which when you consider Israel, the Lord framed us as being docile, as being sheep. A sheep is to be herded. Either you're going to be herded in righteousness or wickedness. See?
Right.
Go ahead, Doc.
An enchantment or bewitchery is a magical formula intended to trigger a magical effect on a person or objects.
Right.
That goes music too. When
Yep,
you listen
yes,
to
sir.
certain rap music, like you just quote,
Mhm.
you know, nigga 245 pounds in that quoting rap lyrics, man.
Yeah.
In the car, man, you've been bewitched, man.
Yeah.
That's right.
A enchantment has been put on you.
Come
man.
on. That's right, Doc.
Okay, by the way of these Amalekites, man. You got
Yeah. Yeah, that's right. You behind a nigga at a restaurant or anywhere, the doctor's office, wherever you can think of, and a nigga psycho back. Right.
You on the street, a car pass by, music, everybody just busts out singing that same song, man.
It's heavy,
And
man.
it goes into it. It says the
That's
former-
Esau.
Yeah,
That's Esau, man. That's Esau waving that one.
Or the formula.
That's why you see Jake all messed up, man. They under a spell. They under the vibration. They under the man. The one thing the guy come through, hey, you gotta eat right. You gotta look, man. What happens up here, man? You got no control over that. Cause you might miss something. You might lose a memory. See, man, I remember your name. Where I know this guy from? And that's the most helpless position you could ever be in, man. I'm trying to remember the name of this guy, Aaron Russo. And I was thinking that, and the Lord brought this shit back, man. You know? And right then, I didn't stop and say, call all Yahweh Shemaiah Shah. In my mind, I knew like, man, call all Yahweh Shemaiah Shah, you know? But that's just, an example, you know? This is the ultimate mental game right here, man.
That's right.
Again, that's the type of psychological warfare. Can't anybody come in this circle. We can't break this down to everybody, man. I don't give a damn how healthy you are. I don't give a damn how much money you got monetarily, how well off you might perceive to be. You can't sit in this sitting unless the Yahweh Shemaiah called you in and have kept you, all right? So, come on, give me what you got real quick before you go back there. Go ahead.
Yeah, this is Psalm 64 and 5. It said they encourage themselves as in an evil manner.
And it's dealing with Esau right here. Go ahead.
They commune of laying snares privately.
Woo! Yep, and that's what these devils do. America is set up with nothing more than pitfalls and snares, man, and traps, okay? To entrap Jake. And it's working. Yep. It's working, bro. Again, look, it was Yahweh Shemaiah Shah. Okay, go ahead, huh?
It says, they say, who shall see them?
Yep. That's what these devils say, because they have these secret councils. They deal. Oh, when you go into Obadiah, when they say they dwell in the clefts of the rocks, when you look at that word cleft, it goes into secrecy. It goes into crevices, pretty much. So a cleft, like just say if you see a rock, right? And a cleft is like a crack in the rock. And what you see in that rock, snakes. So the clefts of the rocks, when you read that scripture, will understand it is dealing with the higher ups. Esau as a whole is in the rocks, but the elites is in the clefts of the rocks.
Hidden places.
The hidden places. And that's those secret councils where they sit and they come. Yeah, go ahead with that. The shadow. That's it. The dark, damp places.
Yeah.
Right? And they sit around and they configure a plan to keep Jacob further derision.
Okay.
See? So right now what you're witnessing is a monumental work. The fact that the Lord woke us up out of that, man. See? Go ahead. You got that was it on that?
Yeah,
You got more?
Yeah, a little bit more. It says, going back into Wikipedia incantation. An incantation can also be performed during ceremonial rituals.
Woo!
or prayers.
Ceremonial rituals and prayers. These devils, they would do this too. I don't know if you haven't got the memory, but straight up through the spirit, right? Do you know these devils, what they would do, they'll kill a person with a certain shock value. Like they'll kill you and they'll scare you before they kill you. And what that do, that blood, it got a certain level of energy.
Yeah.
Because before you died, you was, you know. Drink that shit. The adrenaline, that's it. The adrenaline in that blood. That's the depths that these devils go to, man.
Yeah.
This far beyond the strength and comprehension of just some nigga. Like Cunning, right? I was looking up Cunning. You know, we always researching, man. I was looking up Cunning, right? Because I was in the spirit, I was listening to it. Man, I said, let me look this nigga up.
Yeah.
Do you know the nigga is labeled as an activist?
Social activist.
The nigga a social activist, right? But guess what? He was just in the celebrity basketball game and the NBA fucking All-Star game, man. That's a nigga, man. He on a very low level, right?
He under that spell.
He under that spell. He right up under their nose and he don't even grasp the magnitude of where he into, man. But here we are. We got the light. We can see through that bullshit, man. And that scares you damn Edomites, man. You top tier, the higher ups, the chief house of the nation of Edom. Because you never thought that Jakes would be able to come into, you know, we would be able to take a glimpse into your most diabolical plans, man. But that's the light. That's Luke 8, chapter and the 17th verse, man. Nothing hidden that shall be not made manifest, or secret that shall not be known and become abroad. All right? So, hold up, what you got out? Let me get what he got.
This is Ephesians 6 and 10.
Mm-hmm.
Finally, my brethren, be strong in the Lord,
Woo!
and in the power of his might.
Yep.
Verse 7.
Hey, that's bad. What's the power of his might? It ain't no swords and javelins and... This the power of his might right here. Scriptures and lowly guys. When we go out on the streets, we can't roll over in the dirt with you, man. Come on, man. You know what I mean? We got Bibles and garments. Yet, that's the power of the Lord. Read that again now.
This is Ephesians 6 and 10.
Uh-huh.
Finally, my brethren, be strong in the Lord.
Yep.
And in the power of his might.
And the power of his might. This is the power of his might. Right here, the scriptures. Go ahead.
Verse 11. Put on the whole armor of the Most High.
Woo!
That you may be able to stand against the
Now, this is where you got to examine yourself. You know, because you got brothers, we going into the Passover. Examine yourself. Do you got on the whole, you know? You got it on.
That's right.
Because shit gonna come all kind of angles at you, man. Some thoughts come in your mind. You know what I mean? If you ain't right, then that's gonna overcome you. So do you got on the whole garment? I don't. Hey, I'm fighting. So you got to make sure you got on the whole garment. You know? Go ahead. And think about it. If you're in an intense war, I can't make sure you got. I'm fighting, bro. I might mourn for you because there's certain guys that might fall out the truth that you have a soft spot for, man. I can say that through personal experience. It's brothers that fell out of this truth that I can say that I liked it, that boy, man. Liked it, that boy.
And it's like,
That's that slang. Oh, go ahead. Go ahead.
you were saying, scripture you had a whole armor, like you saying, going on to a battlefield fighting. You gotta make sure you got everything you had set to go out there before you go out there to war.
That's right.
If you missing something, like, oh damn, I've got this, but you got it.
What can I do?
They gonna save your life.
Yeah.
They ain't gonna save.
What can I do? I can even go as far as mourning for you. Oh, you know what proved that? you know, with Samuel and Saul. The Lord had to tell Samuel, man, hold up, man, chill out, man. Stop mourning this guy, right? But that's the casualties of war, man. You gonna have guys that come in. You gotta make sure you got on the whole armor, man. Cause Satan attack. Matter of fact, continue.
Back in Ephesians 6 and 11, to put on the whole armor of the Most High, that you may be able to stand against the wiles of the devil.
I told you that.
Okay, on that. And this right here, true.
Yeah, but I told you that the spirit.
That's that weapon right there. That's the first weapon.
Yep, kind. Yeah, man, these devils, man, they trying to hinder this word, you know? We on that. Okay. So you got, that was it over there?
Yeah, well, now some more.
Yeah, go ahead and finish that, then we're going to go back to what you, oh, that was it with the information you had?
I got something back.
I know, yep, go ahead,
There's Ephesians 6 and 13, wherefore take unto you the whole armor of the Most High, that you may be able to withstand the evil day.
Right, so you got to have the whole armor. And that's what self-examination come in at. You know, you go out to war, you got to make sure you got the sword. You got to make sure you got your girdle, your helmet. You know?
Yeah.
That's what self-examination come in.
That's right.
See? So that was it on that
I'm
out?
gonna finish it off.
Go ahead.
And have done all to stand.
Yep, and that all to stand. Which that links up to 2nd Ezra. I think it's at the 2nd chapter, about the 40th verse on down, who stood so stiff. And that's what happens in war. After the war, after the smoke cleared and the dust settled, you have the last men standing. Right? All right, come on, give me what you got.
Yeah, because this is the book of 2 Corinthians 10 and verse 3. For though we walk in the flesh, we do not war after the flesh. For the weapons of our warfare are not carnal, but mighty through the Most High to putting down the strongholds.
Right, now, carnally and a fleshly outlook is contrary to the spirit. And where do the spirit dwell? In your mind. That's where your spirit dwell, in your mind. It's the inner man. The spirit is the inner man. See? Go ahead up.
Yeah, it says casting down imaginations and every high thing that exalted itself against the knowledge of the Most High.
Oh, see, knowledge. What knowledge dwell? In your mind. That's the fight. Go ahead.
It says in bringing into captivity every thought to the obedience.
Oh.
That's
Your
it.
mind.
That's it.
Go ahead.
To the obedience of a Mashiach.
See that? Yep. Now, come on, let's get what you got real quick there. Hey, give me that definition.
I got a precept real quick.
Yeah, bring it out then. What you got?
All right, this is 2nd Ezra chapter 7 and verse 57. Then answered he me and said, this is the condition of the battle.
Woo! This is the condition of the battle, man.
That's it.
That's it. Go ahead.
Which man that is born upon the earth shall
Hold up.
fight.
Let's find out what the condition of the battle is. Give me Wisdom of Solomon, I think it's 14 and 22. Wisdom of Solomon 14 and 22. Let's find out what the condition of the battle is, man. Because Jake think, you know, greenery. Yeah. You know, the outward man, you'll have a smoothie. Yeah. But what's the real condition of the battle? Right here. Because you're going to have a bunch of 6'8", 280-pound niggas to fall apart. Hey, come on now. Isaiah 33 and 6. Not as a wisdom, right? That's the condition of the battle, bro.
That's it. Yeah.
Give me, what is Wisdom of Solomon? I think that, what is it, 14, 22?
22. Yeah,
Right,
let's
let's see
look
what
at
that is.
14, 22. Moreover, this was not of the Most High,
Yep, see? And then knowledge. What knowledge the well? In your mind, right? Go ahead.
but whereas they live in the great war of
That's the battle.
That's it.
The great war
Yep.
is in your mind.
Yep.
It's in your mind. Read that again off from the top. Read
It
that.
says, moreover, this was not enough for them that they erred in the knowledge of the Most High, but whereas they live in the great war of ignorance,
Woo! Oh, Wisdom of Solomon 7 and 28.
those
The great war of ignorance. That's why when you read Hosea, the 4th chapter, the 6th verse, it tells you what?
perish for lack of knowledge.
Yep, you perish because of lack of knowledge. That's the battle. You die because you're not equipped with knowledge,
Yeah, that's it.
which is the sword of the spirit. You out there on the battlefield without the sword of knowledge, man.
That's right.
And you die, man.
Yep.
Of the offensive.
That's it.
We taking the offensive over here, man. We bringing the fight to Esau
That's right.
through the scriptures. All right, come on, give me Wisdom of Solomon 7:28 real quick.
Yeah, cut 7 verse 28 again. Verse 28, it says, "For the Most High loveth no."
Scriptures tell you the Lord is with you, who could be against you, right? So if the Lord don't love you, you're gonna die. All right, come on.
Kind. Back in Psalm 14:22. Moreover, this was not enough for them, that they erred in the knowledge of the Most High, but whereas they live in the great war of ignorance, those so great plagues called they peace.
Yep, and that's the war. That's the condition of the battle.
That's
All right,
it.
you got more on that? All right, now go back to what you got.
Kind. Condition of the battle,
See?
which man that is born upon the earth shall fight.
See that? Go ahead.
That if he be overcome, he shall suffer as thou hast said.
Mm-hmm.
But if he get the victory, he shall receive the thing that I say.
Now, with that, go to Revelation 2 and start at 26. Because even Yahweh Shah spoke concerning this battle and the overcoming in this battle. We're going to get what you got too. Hold what you got. Go ahead.
Revelation 2 and 26. And he that overcometh.
See? Overcoming. He that overcoming. Overcoming what? Physically vandalizing these relics in America, pulling down statues of Andrew Jackson and, spraying graffiti. No, man. The works is going out doing the work, pushing his word, doing the week, putting out these epistles in the form of these videos, man.
Right.
Give a damn how you try to polish it up. That's the work. Okay? Go ahead, Doc.
And keepeth my works until the end.
And you got to keep the works until the end. That's the clause in the contract. So you could be on fire, but guess what? You got to endure to the end. So that's what keep all of us, that keep the edge on all of us, man. A true man of the Lord going to stay at. Yep, what's that?
So your camera stay lit.
Yeah, you can't stay lit, man. You got to have the oil. And you got to re-up on the oil. Your oil burn out. If you know about a lamp, right? A lamp, if you burn the oil so long, then it'll burn out. Even in the modern sense of the word, you got to pay your power bill. You can't pay the power bill 1 month and just let it roll. You got to re-up. You got to pay it again. You got to pay your vows, man. So meaning what? You got to continue to study. You got to continue to be fiery and fervent for the spirit of Yahweh Shemel Shah. A lot of guys who you see that fall back and they begin to draw back from the will of Yahweh Shemel Shah, that means they ain't re-upping in the oil. Go ahead,
Kind. Continue on in Revelation 2:26. And he keepeth my works until the end. To him will I give power over the nations.
Mm-hmm.
And he shall rule them with a rod of iron, and as the vessels of a potter shall they be broken to shivers, even as I receive of my Father.
That's right. And that's the conditions of the battle. You got to overcome the spiritual war. Okay?
That's right.
You have something?
No, I ain't
Hold, you got, give what you got real quick and make sure you got the definition.
Then they go into psychological warfare on the Wikipedia.
Oh, that's beautiful. That's good.
Let's get the point.
Mm-hmm.
Because various techniques are used and are aimed at influencing a target audience.
Woo! That's bad. Read that one more time, Mark.
It said various techniques are used.
Various techniques are used, and you can just close your eyes and just throw a dart, okay? All the various tactics that Esau, all the resources that Esau exhausted, the money, the time, and energy that he exhausted to keep you in further derision. Right. Hip hop, goddamn reality TV shows, the bread and circles of sports, the NBA. See, this is above just a nigga with some high-tech boots. Look, you know what I mean? You see how simple Jake is? Come on, this way above that, man. This is in another dimension right here. This is dealing with the mental, man. Go ahead,
I'm looking at it.
Go ahead.
Eyes of the devil.
Yeah,
That's the wild. Somebody can hold that too. Go ahead.
I was looking at this little live stream that I know y'all brothers know the dude channel Black Ram 313, but he was going.
Oh yeah. Oh nigga, we go back.
They was going to about like how while everybody was watching the Super Bowl, the elites was doing some of that coronavirus behind the scenes. Everybody was paying attention to the Super Bowl. They're doing something behind that scene.
Yeah.
So they didn't know what was going on behind that. You know, so they were so paying attention to the Super Bowl. So.
Yeah. Because that's how these devils do. They look at you as goyim, just cattle, somebody who they can run circles around. Let's say if you got a baby, you would dangle some keys in their face. Time you hide some behind their back. That's what these devils do.
And then what they'll do, they'll pass laws too during the Super Bowl.
Yep. Oh, Obama was good for that.
Oh yeah.
It was so many wildfires around Obama, and he was signing off on another legislation. Yep, go ahead.
Back in the Wikipedia of psychological warfare, various techniques are used that are aimed at influencing a target audience, value system, belief system, emotions.
Ooh, belief system. Oh, emotions. Jake, the most emotional people on the planet Earth. You know, they've been downtrodden so long. You know, you can see why Jake is emotional. You know, but that's a form of you falling from grace, man. You know, the Lord took that edge off you. Now you're vulnerable. Now these devils can play on your psyche. You know, all they got to do is have a scene. You know, of your grandma. You know, you got the music playing in the background, and Jake lose it. That's so Esau got you, man. That's why we stones. You think that's coincidence? The Lord made us stones. Stones have no feeling, man.
That's right.
So that psychological game ain't gonna work on us. The Lord put us through so much hell that what else could you do? You know? We in the spirit like, motherfucker, bring it, man. Come on, do what the fuck you gotta do. We ready to get up out of here, man.
All right.
Go ahead,
To get to the point, it is also used to destroy the moral of enemies through tactics.
Yep, the morale of enemies, man. And Jake don't know who their enemies are, but guess who? Esau know who their enemies are.
Yep.
That's why everything is geared to keeping us in derision. Go ahead, I think that's exactly what you would mean. That's it. That's it. Yep, beautiful. Yep. That's the spirit.
Finish it off. It is also used to destroy the morale of enemies through tactics that aim to depress true psychological states.
Ooh.
So that's it.
Yep. Go ahead,
Yeah, this is Habakkuk 2:15. Woe unto him that giveth his neighbor drink, that putteth that bottle to him, and maketh him drunken also.
Yeah, and they're dealing with the philosophy, the ideologies of Esau. You know, and that's what these devils have done, man. They gave you drink in the form of something that's subtle. Let's just frame it into one lump. The American dream. That's all we gotta say. The American dream. Now Jake finished. Because now they're doing whatever it takes to accomplish that American dream. See? Go ahead,
Kind. It says, it maketh him drunken also, that thou mayest look on their nakedness.
Yep. You got picked up?
Yeah, coming back
Go
up
ahead.
there, American Dream. It's Revelation 17, verse start at verse 2. It's the earth is that been made drunk with the wine of her fornication. In fact,
you got it
going back to have second chapter. When he said get drunk when they get drunk with the wine of their philosophies of Esau.
It affects your outlook on things. You know, it makes you reckless. It makes you. It puts you in the spirit. It gets you high. You know, you become these philosophies into Jake, and Jake like, look, you only live once. Fuck it. Gonna go all the way out. Yep. Come on, what you got?
I got something else to go along with that. This is the article off Zero Hedge. What's the key to it? It reads, to a certain extent, there is comfort in being able to enemy. So that's the comfort that we have, being able to know who that devil is, man. When y'all out there just hula-ing out there having fun, mirth and folly, all right, we're letting you know and blowing that trumpet on who the enemy is, man. And it goes back, to what we're saying on this video here, man. Just sit down. Incantation. It says, in the world of magic, incantations are said to be performed by wizards, witches, and fairies, man. So these are your R&B stars, man. These are your high elites that put these people out here to put you in derision, man. To have you just a dumbed down figure in America, man. Like what's that kind of word? Go off. Yeah. And that's what it is. It says in the world of magic, incantations are said to be performed by wizards, witches, and fairies. This androgynous spirit that they pushing out here, man. All right, all these transformer men to women, women to men, vice versa. These are Ayanas. They ain't number witches, man. On a high level.
Yep, that's right. You got this guy Game who came out and he co-signed on Dwayne Wade. Yeah. But it was all done. What was the platform? The media.
perform. That's
Yep,
a performance.
that's a performance.
He did.
That's
Yep.
it, huh? And it's easy on the ear. To hear a game tell you that it's cool to be a homo. Who you gonna listen to? Me or Gang? You gonna listen to Gang. You gonna be more welcoming, you know. It's gonna be easy on the ear from Gang, other than me.
He just put an enchantment on y'all if y'all.
He just
follow
got
him,
you,
man.
man.
He just got you.
And that's psychological warfare.
That's it.
This thing is more intense than you can ever imagine. If it was physical, then you can conjure up some strength to fight against it. We'll do another 50 push-ups. Maybe. No, man. That doesn't apply over here. Again. All right.
I appreciate it.
Yeah, give what you got. Yep.
This is Numbers 23:8. How shall I curse whom the Most High have not cursed?
Right. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Or how shall I defy whom hath not defied?
Right, and they're dealing with really Israel as a whole, but it starts with the elect. I think they go back to Balak and Balaam, man. You know, because the Lord had, the Lord saw in His, the Lord saw, you know, foreshadowing that we was going to be the nation that was going to rule. We was going to be exalted above our blessed. What's the scripture? Like 31 or something like that.
32 the Lord bless you.
Oh, man.
Uh huh. You can't be against it. I think it's like Romans 8 and 32. No, 31.
Most High be for us, who can be against us?
Right. So no matter what you do, you know, you can't come up against it because the Lord have already sanctioned and preordained for us to rule. And that's where we at in the process. This is a battle of rulership. This is the battle of the minds.
Yep.
See, that's when you know who the real. Oh, it tells you that in I think that's Ecclesiastes 9. There was a poor man with wisdom who saved the city. You could be a brute beast. You could be just some big 6'8" nigga with all the brute power and force. But if you ain't got the mentality, a baby can overthrow you, man. And that was proven through King David and Goliath. You know, the Lord used King David and his wisdom, the spirit of power, Yahweh Shema Shah, to overthrow the mighty warrior Goliath. So your brute strength and you know, vigor means nothing to the wisdom of Yahweh Shema Shah. See what I'm saying? You got something?
Yeah, just going on wisdom and rulership. This is Wisdom Solomon 6:20.
That's it.
Therefore, the desire of wisdom bringeth to a kingdom.
Right, and that's the be all end all. Whenever you sit on the throne, you made it. Now you got Jake thinking they made it because they got a fucking Oscar, man, or an award, or they debuted #1 on the Billboard. Okay, you ain't made it, man, or you got into the NFL. You make it once you sit on the crown, or should I say, sit on the throne and you crown. Why? Because now you can give out orders, man. You can place decrees and set to keep people suppressed. And that's why Esau and this wicked little frail, he wanted to stay on the seat because he haven't got a feel. He finally felt what power feels like.
Basement.
Fucking base.
Yeah, it's a little more. It said, and the light be then in thrones and scepters, or ye kings of the people, on the wisdom that ye may reign forevermore.
So wisdom is the bridge to ruling.
Yep.
That's the true power.
Yep.
All right. You got something? Oh yeah, bring it up.
This book of Sirach, 25 verse 7.
That's it.
There be 9 things that I have judged in my heart to be happy, and the 10th I will utter with my tongue.
Oh, he said in his heart to be happy. And we all know, you should know by now, that word heart goes back to law, which means your mind, which gives more credence to what we're going into.
Yep.
Psychological warfare. It's all about the mind. It's a mind over matter.
Yep.
Go ahead.
It says, in the 10th will I utter with my tongue.
Yep, and that's where we come in at because we actually speaking. Go ahead.
It says, a man that have joy of his children, and he that liveth to see the fall of his enemies.
Right. Yeah, he that liveth to see the fall of his enemies, man. See?
Yep.
So that's the battle. Yep. Go ahead.
Yeah, Kai, this is Luke 4:18. It said, the Spirit of the Lord is upon me, because he hath anointed me to preach the gospel to the poor. He has sent me to heal the brokenhearted.
Ooh, broken what?
Brokenhearted.
Brokenhearted. We know that word heart goes back to your mind. It's not dealing with that fleshly muscle in your chest. You've been broken, man, in the mind. That's where the battle begins.
Mm-hmm.
All these graveyards and penitentiaries is filled with jakes who made a wrong decision, man.
Yep.
It was sparked with a crazy decision. Yeah, I'm gonna go get that nigga back. Boom, you died, man. You got something?
There's a saying that you know you're going to jail or about to die if you say all we gotta do is. That's it. That's the first mistake that you made. All we gotta do is. The next thing you know, you in jail somewhere, man, locked up for 15 years. You know what I'm saying? Shit.
Yeah. Go ahead,
It says, he have sent me to heal the brokenhearted, to preach deliverance to the captives, and recovering the sight to the blind.
Yep, and that goes into the mentality too. You know, being able to see.
Yep.
Go ahead.
To set at liberty them that are bruised.
Now hold up. Go back and read that again. I'm gonna see something right quick. Give me what's that? The truth that set you free.
Yeah, this is St. Luke chapter 4 and 18. He said, the Spirit of the Lord is upon me, because he have anointed me to preach the gospel to the poor. He have sent me to heal the brokenhearted, to preach deliverance to the captive.
To heal the brokenhearted and teach deliverance to the captive. Captive where? Captive where? In your mind. Matter of fact, give me what you got. Do you got that? Go ahead, bring it up.
St. John 8:31, then Yahushua said to those Jews which believe on him, if ye continue in my word, then ye are my disciples indeed, and ye shall know the truth, and the truth shall set you free.
See that? And the truth shall set you free. And that's an old saying, you know, with these guys that go to jail, you can lock my body, but you can't lock my mind. But that's true. Because we locked here in this captivity, but our mind ain't locked. The Lord have freed us. We got the liberty. Like you got this guy Floyd Mayweather. He came out and he said that, you know, he wanted the Jews was black, but that's as far as he can go. Why? Because he locked up. We got the liberty to go further than that. He can't save us so much because he's gonna have to answer to Esau. But we can go far, man. We can go into the scriptures and the history. Why? Because we're free.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's it.
Go ahead. There was more on that?
Let's see.
Anybody else got something?
I got that.
Give what you got.
This is 2nd Ezra chapter 2, and I started at 20. It said, do right to the widow, judge for the fatherless, give to the poor.
And that's all symbolic to what you're witnessing right now. That don't mean literally you see some guy on the side of a store on the corner, you give him $5. Ain't nothing wrong with that if you want to do that, but that's not gonna solidify your seat on the chariot. That poor right there is dealing with Israel. And how do we give to them? By giving them his knowledge. Which Yahushua said, what? Freely as you receive, freely give. Go ahead.
It says, defend the orphan.
And we do defend the orphan. We make inquisition on behalf of Israel. We come in and we tell you that these same devils that put hell on you, they gonna pay. That's defending the orphan, right? Go ahead.
It says, clothe the naked.
And how do we clothe you? With this knowledge. This knowledge is compared to garments. I think that's in Revelation, the 19th chapter. Keep your garments, lest you be found naked. Yep.
It says,
Yep. Oh, that's the armor. That's a great point. That's the armor. That's right. That's the armor. You know? That's a beautiful point. You got something? Yep. Go ahead, out.
Read this again. This Revelation 16 and 15. Blessed means it's like it says, behold, I come as a thief. Blessed is he that watcheth and keepeth his garment. This he walk naked, and they see his shame.
Yep. So that garment represents his knowledge, you know, and if you better use that.
Yeah, it says 2nd Ezra 2 and 21, heal the broken and the weak.
There you go again. They're broken is the broken hearted. The broken hearted. Those who don't have they can't see that proverbial light at the end of the tunnel. Our people, though, they think that this is a perpetual state. They think that Esau going to continue to rule over them, and that's just going to be the end all be all. But see, we here to close those wounds, to give you solace, to give you answers. You know, we going to rule. That's comfort in that. See what I'm saying? That's healing the broken. Go ahead.
All they do is concede.
They got to concede, yeah. And the scripture talk about too how this is an ointment. This oil is like an ointment. It heals. It heals those scars, man. Go ahead, up.
Yep, it says, heal the broken and the weak.
Mm-hmm. And the weak and the feeble. Go ahead. And it's not talking about the weak physically. Eat more greenery. No, they're talking about the weak mentally. Because you got a guy that, cock strong, right? And upstairs, he's feeble, man. He's on the verge of losing it, right? Yeah, go ahead.
It says, heal the broken and the weak. Laugh not a lame man to scorn.
And that's another thing. Let's focus on that. If somebody might ask you a question, right, and he might be sincere, and it might be a far out question or something, you shouldn't laugh from the scorn if he's sincere. That's what that's going into. Go ahead.
It says, defend the main.
And defend the main. Go ahead.
And let the blind man come into the sight of my clearness.
And what's that? There's knowledge.
Right.
So we was all blind, which when you blind, you weak by default. Because what's the two main senses that sinners survive? Hearing and seeing. You can break my leg and you can leave me in the wilderness as long as I can see and I can hear. I can survive longer. Because if I hear something coming, I drag myself into a cut. Or if I see something, I hide, But if you can't see and hear, you could be physical fit. You can be 6'8", 500 straight muscle. But if you can't see or hear, you finish.
That's it.
That was the senses right there.
up.
That's why Yahweh Shai said that. Matter of fact, let's close with that. Matthew 16. Blessed is your eyes and blessed is your ears. See, that's the proof right there. You see that? The Spirit of the Lord, man. Those are two senses that's required to survive
That's right.
here in darkness, man, which is Babylon the Great.
That's it.
As long as you can see and hear, you're good. Go ahead.
Yeah, this Matthew 13:16. But blessed are your eyes, for they see, and your ears, for they hear.
So you see that spirit right there. Those. Go ahead.
It says, for verily I say unto you, that many prophets and righteous men have desired to see those things which ye see.
We're in a monumental time. You got to just really appreciate the magnitude of this moment. The Lord set us up, man. Come on, man. We going to, look, man, you got to really praise Yahweh Shai, man. Think about the great patriarchs of old. Isaiah, Moses, Abraham. They want, even though they back, but they, this.
That's right.
They wanted all the answers. And they wanted that bridge to just spill over into the kingdom of heaven. That's why when you read Acts the first chapter, we read second Ezra. Would this be the time we get the kingdom? We here now, man. That's mercy from the Lord. No matter what you might have went through in the past, that's over. That's the mercy of the Lord. See? Yeah, go ahead.
It says, and have not seen them, and to hear those things which ye hear.
And those are two things, see and hear. Them the two instincts right there, man. Those are two main components that's close to the head. And we know Yahweh Shai is the head of the body. So what's close to the head? The eyes and the ears. And ultimately the mouth, which is the prophets. See? Go ahead,
And to hear those things which ye hear and have not heard them.
That's right. So anybody got some. And with that, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory
To
Yahweh. Great millstone. Shalom must do honors and respect to the sincere brethren after laboring in his work, as well as you believers, the Akim and the Aqua, the brothers and the sisters that subscribe to this truth as well. With that, Shalom.
Shalom, DTA, Avad Baval.